Everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a nice little slate here for uh, NASCAR, the Xfinity race, ALSCO Uniforms 302 at Las Vegas. So in this particular race, obviously when we look at fantasy, we need to have some drivers below this 83-33 cut line as well as some above it in order to maximize our lineup. We have some pretty good value options today. Not very many like mid-level value options, but we have some cheap options that are starting at the back that look pretty good, that have been really good here in the past. So we're going to take a look at those guys. Before I get started, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. So I'm going to start from the top and just kind of work my way through. Noah Gragson is the top option overall. He's been extremely good here in the past. He's had 7 races here. Sorry, 7 races here. He's never finished outside of the top 6. He does start 4th, but again, he's never finished outside the top 6. My favorite, he's also been just extremely good lately. He's only had 1 bad race in quite a while, and so I look for him to have a really good showing here and potentially win this race. He's starting 4th. Obviously, that does cap his fantasy points a slight amount, but when you win, you get nice bonuses, and he'll probably get fastest laps and laps leds and everything else, so he's the top of our play on the slate. Then we're going to look at Justin Allgaier, who's starting 10th. So his starting position gives him some upside. He's only had 1 bad finish here in his, I think, 6 or 7 races. So I like him here in a great spot. JR Motorsports looks really good in this on this particular track. AJ Allmendinger has only raced 3 times here, but in those 3 races, he's all been in the top 10. He's also had a win here as well, so he has an advantage of that. Now, he is a little bit capped because of his starting position, but he's still in a great spot. Then we're going to look at Josh Berry. He's starting 12th. Another guy for Junior Motorsports. He's at $9,900. His starting position does give him some upside here, and all of his 3 starts, he's been in the top 10 at this particular track. So I really do like him in this track, especially with his starting position. Daniel Hemrick is the next guy here for the number... Sorry, why is this not working? I've been having a problem. For the number 11 car, Colleague Racing. Colleague looks pretty good here. Now, he is $8,600. His starting position gives him some upside here. But he has been in the top 5 in the last 4 races he's run here. Previously, before those 4 races, he was a little bit more up and down. But overall, since he's been in really good cars, he's been extremely good here and consistent. Then we're gonna move down to Riley Herbst. He is starting in 36 near the back. Now his car is a top 15 type car. He's had 4 top 15s at this track. However, he's a little bit risky because he's had 2 crashes in the 6 races that he's had here, and so we do have to be aware of that. But besides that, he has really good upside here. He has the most upside on this race because of his starting position. He seems like a must start for me simply because of how good he's been here in the past, though he does have a little bit of a risk due to the crashes. Then we have Anthony Alfredo. Now, Anthony Alfredo has a good starting position for this race at 21. He has top 20 potential in this one, so he has some upside. He doesn't have a ton of upside. It's not really a top 10 car, but he's like a top 15 car, and his starting position gives him a little bit of room to potentially have a pretty good finish and a pretty good setup here. Now, Kyle Sieg. Now, I don't know that I've ever recommended him. However, he is starting 38th, and he does have top 25 potential in this race, and we do need to have some cars like this if we're going to utilize, Gragson, Allgaier, or Allmendinger. And so he is a guy that I do like here, simply because he has top 20 upside on this particular race. He's had some good finishes on certain types of tracks, and this is the type of track that I like him on. He's probably not going to have a gigantic score day, but, if he can get 40 to 45 points, that would be great. Then we'll look at Josh Williams, another guy that's kind of in a similar situation. He has a top 20 upside here, and he doesn't get in messes very much. He should have a 30-point upside type of day here. I look for him to have a pretty solid race. He's actually never crashed out of here as well. So then Bailey Curry for starting 24th. So his starting position doesn't make him ideal, but he's been in the top 20 in the last 2 races here, and he has some upside in this matchup simply because his car is good and stuff like that. Then we're going to look at David Starr finally. Now he's starting 37th, and he has some upside. His upside is not quite as good as Sieg or Josh Williams, but his starting position is great, and he doesn't really crash out here. So he has 30-point upside on this track. Now, there's a couple of drivers who haven't actually ran here before. One of them is Hailie Deegan. Now, I do think she's got a pretty decent car for this track. I think she is starting pretty far back, so she could be a Hail Mary option if you just want to. If you like Hailie Deegan, you could roll it. But I'm not going to. I'm just saying that she's never run in the Xfinity series, so we don't really know exactly what to expect. So, also Caruth and Chris Wright, neither of those guys have really run much never run at this track. And I think that was a couple other guys too, but really nobody too exciting. So with that said, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And have a nice day, guys.